we are gonna go watch some videos now. We are gonna go turn this into an actual react stream. Wow, a react stream where we actually watch videos instead of yap for like 3 hours straight and get nothing done. Oh my god! Wow, really? Oh my god! Never thought it could be done. Why are the Fumos having sex? Nah, can we stop? You aren't supposed to do that to the Fumos. You aren't supposed no, you aren't supposed to do that to the Fumos. No. You can't do that to the Fumos. No. You can't No, you can't do that to the Fumos. They're innocent. Do not the Fumos. I had I had like a company email me asking if I wanted to like let them make a plushie for me, like if I want to collaborate them and let them make a plushie for me. But like to like sell as like merch. Unfortunately, like when I looked at their site, I didn't think that the quality of the plushes were good enough for me to want to do it. I was very flattered, but I was like, I don't think the quality of the plushes are like there for me to like want to do this. What is this? It's Fumo sex. It's Fumo sex. It's Fumo sex. Um, but I guarantee if I did make a plush, which I do want to at some point, but if I did make a plush, the first thing I'm gonna see is people sending me videos of them just like having sex with it, like immediately. Go check out the merch or something. Divine. That's the most defeated merch plug I've seen yet. Divine is defeated. He's seen. He's been exposed for being a queer. Go check out the merch or something. Whatever, gay man. Oh man. Oh man. It's either the jar or becomes the jar. Pick your poison. Fumo sex. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking the Fumos chat. I'm fucking the Fumos chat. I'm fucking the Fumos chat. It's done. I'm afraid it's over. I'm fucking the Fumos. They're not getting a break at all tonight. Oh my god. Either that or the jar. I gotta kill myself. You make me want to kill myself. Anyway, let's watch some videos. Let's watch some videos, chat.
I mean, it's been on fire for years, but it seems a dam is broken.
Let's watch some videos. Let's do this. Anyway, yeah, so this video I saved, like we're gonna be going through a couple of videos here that I saved, but this is from a couple months ago. It's called "The Best Games Are Rarely $80." Affordable Game Showcase. I kind of like, this is like kind of talking about games that are just like not like the AAA slop, because it's like, here's the thing about like recent games is that I've heard a lot of people say is that a lot of people have been complaining about video games recently where everything is like slop, like AAA modern fucking slop, right? And it's like, okay, here's the thing, right? There is a lot of slop in like modern AAA games recently, but there's a lot of really good games that are like either like old, like that have not come out recently at all, or they're like not even close to like $80, where it's like these like indie games. Indie games have been carrying the gaming scene for like at least the past couple of years now. Like almost every single good game that's come out, like in my personal opinion, has not been from like a big AAA studio and has been from like an indie studio or like a AA team at best. I love it, dude. I love it.
Hey, hi, hello.
Every era had its bad games though. Well, but it's like recently, I think what's going on is that AAA games are experiencing a problem where there is a lot of bloat on the platform, on like the AAA scene, right? Where there is just a disgusting amount of AAA games being made for like $500 million, right? where they're pouring a disgusting amount of money into them and like they end up flopping because like the games are like made with a corporate mindset and they're loaded up with a bunch of like microtransactions and ways to monetize the game in order to get back like the $500 million they put into making it. Over an hour before games about or less than $20. I love it, dude. I love it. High price equals high expectations. And it's like there's like a lot of slop has been made. Like the Battlefield games, Call of Duty games, fucking like NBA, like whatever. Like I'm sure like there's like so many other games that I can't think of, like Star Wars Outlaws that came out recently, and like that was just like slop dog shit. Mind's Eye and like a tons of other like AAA studios like making absolute slop, and like where indie games and AA studios are picking up the slack where AAA games are starting to fall off. And it's like I think what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be like a realization where these companies are going to realize that they're putting too much money into games and that there's too many people, because there's too many people working on these games. And so in order to get anything done in any of these games, you need to go through like 5 or 6 different levels of command in order to like get permission to like change a texture or like change a line of code. And it's like, but it's like if you have like a smaller team, it's like you just like you lean over your desk and be like, hey boss, can I do this? And they're like, all right, awesome. And then you do it, right? It's like a whole thing. Indie games and AA games are the GOAT. AAA games slop. I hate it.
Oh, I'm Super Dude, and perhaps you've noticed that the video game industry has majorly shifted in the past couple months. I mean, it's been on fire for years, but it seems a dam has broken in the AAA space.
Oh, it's rough.
Again. We finally got a genuine announcement for the Nintendo Switch 2 that wasn't just, no, we're not going to talk about it. And all told, I thought it was a pretty good conference. I love Mario Kart, and I'm one of those weirdos who actually liked the last 3D Donkey Kong, so Bonanza was gonna be my bag. And I thought Drag and Drive just looked awesome. Those controls made me laugh when I saw them. I bet that'll be a lot of fun to play. But then the prices...
So this was made a little bit before the Nintendo Switch 2 launched. But here's the thing, is that it's like, guys, I spent almost $1,000 on my Nintendo Switch 2 when it came out. I spent $500 on the console and the bundle with Mario Kart Tour in it, okay? Or Mario Kart World, or what is it? Mario Kart? Yeah, Mario Kart World. So it was $500 for the console plus Mario Kart World. Plus I got this Pro Controller, plus I had to get like Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it came with a couple other like extra like goodies in like the package, right? So all in all, that entire package was like $1,000 for like basically like 2 games that I'm gonna play on that thing, okay? So it's like, you know, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. And it's just it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but it's like you don't need to spend $1,000. I spent $1,000 on it because I'm a streamer and that I can get this as a tax write-off. But it's like these other games, like Blueprints, my beloved. Oh my god, Blueprints is so good. Void Strange is one of the best puzzle games I experienced. Had multiple campaigns and lore and secret. It tells you nothing to find out about yourself. Made by 2 guys, only $12 right now. I think I've heard. What is it called? You said, what is it called? Void Stranger. Let's see here. I have not seen. I've heard of it, but it looks like it plays like the like what's it called? This looks like it plays like the Nintendo like the GameCube like Zelda games, like this is directly inspired by like the Game Boy Zelda games, the Oracle of Seasons, something like that. Anyway.
Revealed, and I discovered I didn't like Mario Kart as much as I thought I did. A lot of hay has been made over this $80 price tag because it's another huge paradigm shift. It's only been a few years since AAA games jumped from $60 to $70. A quick search says the first game that set that standard was in 2020, and I'm honestly still not used to that price myself. For as long as I've had memories, games have cost $60.
And it's like, part of me is like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's like, I understand raising the price. I understand raising the price in like games because it's like it's been $60 for like ever. I understand. I get it. I part of me understands. But part of me is like, I think like there's just too much money being put into these games to where you need to start charging exorbitant prices for like these games in order to actually get them to come out. Like, it's crazy to me, dude.
A lot of my financial decisions as a child were thought of in terms of that number. $20 is 1/3 a video game, $60 is the happy number, and anything more than that is officially in expensive territory. So even though
Yeah, so like for me, it's like I've always like grown up where it's like games are $60, and then anything above that is for like the special editions where you get like the DLCs, or you get like season pass, or you get like extra cosmetics or some shit like that. $60 for a game was overpriced to begin with. Look, I don't think so. Like, I get it. Personally, I didn't think it was. Like, I think it just kind of depends on what game you're talking about. Because it's like, I would pay $100 for, like, Stardew Valley. I'm going to be real with you. If Stardew Valley was $100, I wouldn't even blink. Because I think the game is worth $100, right? Is NBA 26 worth $60? No, it's worth like 20 at best, because in a year it's going to be obsolete and they're going to be selling it on sale for like $15, right? So it just kind of depends.
it's a marginal
in my
difference
head,
logically, $70 is a big psychological hurdle. But with this jump to
is a lot of
$80,
money.
we're even further into the expensive zone.
$80 is crazy for like a standard game. It's like for a standard game, $80. We're starting to sell shit for $80. Fuck you. Kill yourself.
And Microsoft decided to follow suit by announcing a
It's not my fault you spent $500 million developing this game for it to flop.
similar jump in cost. Quickly, one of the largest hardware manufacturers in gaming
Here I was thinking games would get cheaper over the years with new tech advancements. Nope. What? I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. You're stupid for thinking that games would get cheaper. Because here's the thing, right? Is that if you can get customers used to paying $60 for a game, then that means that you don't have to lower the prices of your games. Because if you can get customers used to and willing to pay $60 and get them into the mindset that $60 is the regular price for a game, they're never going to lower it ever again. Because that is the standard price that everyone is used to, right? If you can get someone used to paying $60 for a game, they're never going to lower it. That's how economics work, basically. And it's the same thing where if you can get consumers used to paying $70 for a game, then you're never going to lower it below $70 because you've gotten them used to paying $70 for a game, right? Can't they just have AI write the code for games nowadays anyways? Why $80? Fuck you. Having AI write code for games, fuck you, kill yourself. I do not want AI touching my video games. Fuck you, kill yourself. I do not want AI anywhere near my games.
And also Microsoft signaled to the other developers that the squeeze is about to begin. And I wish I could say I didn't see this coming. The video game industry, like most entertainment industries, is struggling right now. The COVID bubble gave the industry a welcome boost and encouraged loads of growth. But that bubble has popped, the economy is deeply uncertain and dying because of a myriad of factors, but my government
Oh man. Oh man, Trump tariffs. Isn't it awesome? So it's like AI writes people debug. I hate you and I want you to die. If you're like I do not want AI touching my games. Fuck you. I want you dead. I want you dead. I ain't getting games with controllers for $60. That's crazy. Dude, it's like the other day I shipped out merch to some people, okay? I shipped out some keychains to people, and one of the keychains that I had to ship out was in Europe, okay? And because of the tariffs and like the overseas like shit for it, it cost me $70 to ship a keychain from America over to the UK where they were. It was fucked up. $70 to ship a tiny little fucking keychain that somebody bought for $15 from me? Jesus Christ!
is actively making worse. Nobody's investing, and production studios are shuttering left and right.
I tanked the cost of it because they had already like bought it and stuff like that, but like now it's like if I have anybody else like from the UK ordering merch, I'm just gonna cancel their orders and be like, hey, it's like $70 for the shipping fee. Like I don't like you can't pay that. I'm so sorry. I feel bad saying $70 for shipping.
Right, is the people in charge wonder where the growth went. They wonder because they think only in terms of that growth, not logic. COVID was pretty awesome for industry growth, but unsustainable. Eventually, we would go outside again. And people outside
Really?
translates to less people on couches, less consoles, less games, and therefore less money. Depending on the data you're looking at, video games, as a medium, have plateaued. Whether it's a real plateau or just a return to normalcy after the artificial bump of COVID times, we can't know until more time has passed. Unfortunately, we all live in the present, but for now, it's being treated as a plateau. No.
I think, yeah, there was definitely like a bubble where video games were like really big during COVID because everyone was inside all the time. But I also think that video games are just becoming way more mainstream as a thing for people to get into. Now, obviously, like COVID is like when video games were like a big thing during COVID, like are we gonna get to those numbers? I think so. Like as like we get more people like on Earth that are like playing games. If I'm being honest with you, I think there are gonna be way more people. I think it's like COVID helped it become more mainstream.
New gamers, we've hit the peak. So if you're a big games executive,
we've not hit the peak, by the way. We definitely have not hit the peak.
You now have a choice. Our replacement rate on gamers has effectively stopped. Companies want growth, but they're not going to find it naturally, not by bringing new people to the table, at least in the executive's mind. So to increase profits anyway, they have to increase the amount of money drawn in per player. Now, This isn't remotely new. Subscriptions, collector's editions, DLCs, microtransactions, both cosmetic and pay-to-win, loot boxes, battle passes, individual character purchases, remakes and remasters, all ways to draw more cash from a person. But never before have we changed the price tag.
That's part of how Animal Crossing did so well. Animal Crossing has always done well, especially in Japan, but coming out at the perfect time because of a great tool to hold events when you could do it in person. True.
Because of that aforementioned psychological hurdle. Until recently, that is. The largest companies in hardware are moving to adjusted pricing. Their biggest, baddest games also get the biggest, baddest price tags. And we'll likely see these prices go even further. Adjusted for inflation, a $60 cartridge in the Nintendo 64 days would cost this much today. So until you see this number,
That's crazy, brother. That's insane, by the way. $126 for a single game? Are we dead ass? That's fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit.
Could technically justify the hike. I mean, it wouldn't be justified at all. Income hasn't kept up with inflation, so we'll all have less of our own money, and all of these alternative revenue streams exist now when they didn't then. So they're already pulling more money per customer. But still, I'm willing to bet GTA 6 won't be a dime below $100. And if you disagree, feel free to leave a comment. It only helps my engagement.
I've heard like a lot of people like say in rumor that GTA 6 is gonna be $100 as a base game. It's gonna be $100 as like a base game. I do not think it's gonna be $100. Now, do I think that they're gonna sell it for like 80 as a base game or even 90? I could definitely see it for sure. But I think $100 would be like too much. I'm gonna buy it no matter what because it's my job. But I don't know if like a average customer would be willing to pay triple digits for a video game, like as a base. The part they don't factor in, you paid for a physical copy of the game that has to be manufactured and shipped, which explains the cost back then. Digital copies have no right to be as expensive as digital copies. True, or digital copies don't have a right to be as expensive as physical copies. True, real. GTA for 100. Better make me dinner and deep throat me. That's crazy.
As games go back to the luxury pricing of yore, lots of people are crying foul or simply crying at what we're about to lose. New experiences, new players getting into the medium for the first time, the understanding that consoles are supposed to be a cheap alternative to PCs, but don't fall victim to the hype. The best games are rarely $80. There are plenty of excellent games that have come out over the last 2 years that are some of my favorite experiences. Some big, some small, with some considered the best releases of their moment, and not one of them is above $50.
I love
This is a collection of disparate games that I love. Games I recommend, games the whole world recommends. And none of
Physical copies give a box art as well as a manual. I've been talking about special editions of posters and art books. Isn't it fucked up that nowadays it's become normalized that special collector's editions of video games don't come with the video game in it? Like, not even like a digital code. It's like you pay like $100 for a special collector's edition of a video game, and it's like no game included. What?
of them will break your bank. Hopefully you'll find something to enjoy this list, but I also hope it will well demonstrate the extreme breadth of the gaming industry. AAA games may lose track of who their allies are, but you can have hundreds of hours of fun across multiple games without ever touching a AAA title. These headlines, they only represent the top 10 to 15% of games. Don't forget about the AA and indie spaces, where great innovation and, yes, cheaper experiences may yet wow you. To begin, let's go with a game that I'd obviously love. What if you mixed Hollow Knight with a generous helping of Sekiro? Nine Souls is an action platformer made by Red Candle Games.
I've played Nine Souls a little bit on stream. I have, and I've tried to play it. It's just, I think it's a great game, but as a stream game, it's just so long. It is such a long game. Because in order for me to beat this game on stream, I'd have to do like a minimum of like 12 streams in a row of me playing this. It would fuck me up. Like, my happy place for a game on stream is playing it for like maybe 6 streams, give or take like a couple, right? But anything more than like 8 streams to like beat a game, then it's like I'm starting to get territory where I'm like, I'm getting fatigued of streaming this. And I think my audience is too, and they want to see something else. Because I want variety when I stream.
That features quick and responsive combat.
So I might play this game and I might beat it off stream, but like, I don't think I could play it more on stream.
An Asian-inspired science fantasy setting.
It's a great game,
the developer calls Tau Punk. It feels very closely associated with Hollow Knight in my mind, due to the similar character perspective and heavy focus on awesome artwork and platforming and combat, though Nine Souls leans much further into its combat. Parry systems are built into both games, but in Hollow Knight, it doesn't have a gameplay benefit outside of, congratulations,
Parry.
You avoided damage you definitely would have taken otherwise.
Parry.
Helpful, but more an added bonus than something to base your combat style around.
Wow.
Nine Souls is completely invested.
Nine Souls is like either you parry or you die. Like it is a skill game, and holy fuck, it is a skill game. Holy fucking shit. Would you have the ability to have a YouTube Let's Play of it? I don't know, like shit like Northern Lion does, where it's like he has like streams where he does like stuff on YouTube, and then he'll do like YouTube exclusive stuff where it's like off stream and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know. As of right now, I don't feel like I want to do that, only because like recording a video by myself without having a chat to interact with just sounds like I think it would be boring to watch, but maybe someday I might feel like I could do it. I don't know. But, yeah.
In its parry system by contrast. Much like Sekiro, you simply won't win if you don't learn to parry, as your strongest attack, the Talisman, can only be used after gaining charges from parrying.
Yeah.
This leads to, again, like Sekiro, a deeply engaging combat.
Sekiro is my favorite game of all time, by the way. I fucking love Sekiro, dude. It's like one of like my top 5 games of all time. I fucking love Sekiro, dude. Holy fuck. I do think there are some exceptions, like Rune Factory 3 Special Edition. Comes with a physical game, blah, blah, blah. All this for $60 or less, which is a good deal considering the game is about $30.
Where
It's
the
pretty
better
good.
you play, the flashier the game looks, rewarding your practice by making you look dope as hell. I have called Nine Souls a Metroidvania in the past, and some people poo-pooed my saying that, and I can see why in hindsight. The game features some backtracking and ability upgrades, but there are truly only a handful of instances of this design in-game. Most areas are fully explorable from your first visit. This
game is big, dude. This game is big. There's a lot of running in this game. There's a lot of backtracking and running back and forth. It is a big fucking game, man.
Is a much more linear game, which is likely due to its story. Nine Souls has a beautifully told and engaging narrative, which is delivered standardly, compared to the lore-dense, almost folklore-like worlds of Dark Souls or the Bug Metroidvania, though Nine Souls does have its fair share of lore. While you won't find the same level of explorative freedom you'd see in those other titles, I can't think of any other 2D action platformer that made me cry like Nine Souls did. The story of this game is exceptional, and it's well worth the experience if you have the chops to play it. A consequence of parrying...
Like I said, I think this is a great game. I think Nine Souls is a great game. I could, if I spent enough time playing it and like whatever, I could beat it, but I wouldn't do it on stream. This is not something I do on stream for sure. I think one of my favorite games that I've played on stream in recent memory was fucking Blueprints, dude. Blueprints, and he's gonna talk about this later in the video because I took a peek at the games that he's gonna talk about. But Blueprints is genuinely like one of my favorite games that I played on stream, like period. This shit was so good because like the feeling of like talking to chat and like kind of having back and forth about like the puzzles in the game and trying to figure it out. And when I was able to figure out puzzles on my own without looking up guides or asking chat for like help, where it's like I would like talk to chat about like bounce ideas off of them, but I wouldn't ask for help on like solve the puzzle for me. Dude, this shit was so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh, I've never felt smarter than playing Blueprints on stream and figuring out some of these hard ass fucking puzzles on my own. I felt so good.
Being a core pillar of the combat means this is a deeply difficult game, but I think it's well worth the climb, and it only costs $30 on all platforms. If you find it too hard to play on your own, I still recommend giving it a watch on a Let's Play or something, because the story is truly one to see, and it's a primary draw of the game alongside the combat. Come for the fights, stay for Shuang, the best boy there ever was. From a game with rhythmic parrying to a true blue rhythm game, Rift of the Necrodancer is a long-awaited sequel to Crypt of the Necrodancer that controls nothing like the original, but instead finds a new way to represent the design of that original game. In Crypt of the Necrodancer, each move in the dungeon must be performed to the beat of the music, and each monster has a sequence you must perform to take them out. For an easy example, shield skeletons can be hit once, then you must immediately move away from them as they're primed to hit you after dropping their shield.
Oh my
then
goodness
you move
gracious.
in and take them out.
Thank you for the follow.
This is all assuming that you're using a dagger, by the way. There are a lot of variations.
Of every streamer available, I chose this. No regrets.
Like
I'm glad. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're so sweet.
With multiple enemies
around.
Thank
you. I love. Thank you. You're very sweet.
Clock. Rift of the Necrodancer takes that same idea of enemy defeat patterns and maps these
played
monsters.
Crypt of the Necrodancer a little bit. It's a good game. It's just like it was like I'm not a rhythmic person like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually not a fan of rhythm games, but the only rhythm game that I think I've ever truly fucked with is Beat Saber. But I think it's because Beat Saber is a much more tactical game where it's like you're swinging around like lightsabers and hitting blocks, and it just feels cool to play. I'm not a rhythm game person, but Beat Saber is like the one rhythm game where I'm like, ooh, I love it.
Onto rhythm games. Now, instead of seeing arrows that you tap to the beat,
I hate this shit, by the way. Look, I know a lot of people
onto rhythm games. Now,
I know a lot of people fuck with Friday Night Funkin'. I fucking hate this shit. I hate hitting fucking like arrow keys in like the patterns that they ask. I don't know why. It's actually just like the most unfun game mechanic ever. I do not like it. What about Guitar Hero? I've never played Guitar Hero before. Never.
Seeing arrows that you tap to the beat, you see monsters, and you must grok how to defeat this particular creature quickly to maintain your combo. Armadillos are triplets of varying types. Slimes have to be killed as quarter notes. Bats are also quarter notes, but they'll move between lanes every hit. Each enemy is different and serves as a layer of abstraction from the generic rhythm game design, where the arrows you see are the arrows you press.
FNF was ruined by the fandoms
harder than normal, but it changes the gameplay.
The only good thing about Friday Night Funkin' is like all the porn. Like there's a lot of great porn. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're like you know, like the Neapolitan like ice cream like nun girl. There's a lot of great porn of her. Holy fuck.
Wildly. This makes Rift of the Necrodancer a lot harder on first blush. Now it's not as simple as pressing what you see. You need to think about what this monster means and what to press as they come down the lane. This is awful. Oh my God. Most rhythm games are about solid execution and honing your reaction times. And Rift has all the same bells and whistles, but sight reading in Rift is much harder than other rhythm games I've played. Though I'm not the authority on that or anything. In fact, me showing
this looks awful
Friday Night Funkin' in this video is disqualifying for some rhythm fans, so take what I think with a grain of salt. I personally think Rift of the Necrodancer's twist on the rhythm game genre, with Necrodancer aesthetics and a similar design goal to the original game, makes this a
I
really
just don't like it. Like I just don't find that fun. I don't find that to be a fun mechanic.
And if that's not enough for you, Rift also has a story mode with even more abstracted rhythm games for you to practice with, as well as both paid and free DLCs featuring other video games with banging soundtracks, to say nothing of the custom charts people make, which are also free. So I recommend jumping in there and giving it a try. In terms of rhythm games on the market, this is a unique one, and it's pretty cheap and available on PC and Switch for $20, along with multiple bundles for the DLC song packs.
I love me a rhythm game where I can download a bunch of custom songs and shit like that into it, like Beat Saber, where I can like actually like listen to like the songs that I really like and perform them.
Or a 2-for-1 deal where you can get Rift and a guest game whose songs feature in the DLCs. And speaking of those guest games, I know I said I'd talk about games from the last 2 years, but Pizza Tower is a game I think more people should see, even if I'm not sure how to describe how awesome it is.
Pizza Tower is a fun game. I played this on stream here. Pizza Tower is a great game. What a wonderful little game this was. I think I beat it in like 3 streams. It wasn't a very long game to beat, but damn, it was a fun one.
How should I put this?
The music in this game is so good.
I've been
Holy
playing
fuck.
platformers since I was in diapers, so I'm deeply familiar with the genre and its comforts.
What even is
I honestly think
it's a platformer, but it's like basically you go through a level, and at the end of the level, like you're like grabbing something, like whether it be like a person you're saving or like a specific item, and then you have to run. When you hit the end of the level, you get whatever is at the end of the level. You have to run back through the level, except on like a timer, where you only have like 2 or 3 minutes to speed run the level that you just did. But it's like the level changes where it's like certain paths like get blocked off and stuff like that. So you have to use like a lot of quick thinking.
I think I'm too close to the subject material to tell you what makes a good platformer. Perhaps this is a hot take, but I think what makes a good platformer is deeply subjective. Like, we all know what bad platforming feels like, but good platforming varies from person to person, and finding the perfect balance is difficult to pull off. Sonic's an excellent example of this. Nearly all iterations of Sonic, 2D and 3D, have their haters, people who think the games are...
I think I've hated every single Sonic game I've played except Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was an excellent game. But every other Sonic game I've played, I've hated.
Fast, too focused on level memorization. And yet, there are plenty of games that are directly influenced by Sonic, or games that aren't influenced by the blue blur per se, but do subscribe to the same fast freak gameplay Sonic Champions. Which, by the way, I've heard a lot of good things about this game. It's called Haste, $20 on Steam. You should try it. I haven't yet, but I've heard a lot of great things. All that to say, I can't tell you why I like Pizza Tower or what makes it great, but I do, and it is. Fast-paced.
Pizza Tower is just a very unique game where it's like there's like if you like platformers, it's a very unique game from every other platformer because it's just so like it's so zany. I love it, and it has so much sauce with the style where it's like the art in this game is like it looks ugly when you see it, but like as you play it, you're like actually this is like fire as fuck.
Kinetic gameplay, a very Cartoon Network style of art and humor, gameplay that doesn't feel punishing when you make mistakes like Sonic.
I think it's a great game.
And most importantly, a soundtrack that I can't help but love.
Oh yeah,
the OST is deeply tongue-in-cheek. Music's so eclectic and experimental that it seems offensive to the ears, but it's actually perfect. Sonic and Splatoon soundtracks have similar qualities to me, a sort of controlled chaos that I find exciting and calming at the same time. Music.
Sorry, every time I think about Splatoon, I think about like the 2 news reporter girls like Callie and Marie, and I instantly get bricked up thinking about the news reporter women, dude. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I get hard instantly whenever I think about Splatoon because I think about Callie and Marie, my black queen. I love her so much. She's so hot.
Made for autistic people, maybe? I have it on vinyl, and I play it when I'm alone because my partner would spontaneously combust if forced to listen to this for hours. It's a brilliantly designed speed platformer, and I wish I could tell you what makes it good, but it's the full package. The speed, the sound, and undeniably the greasy look to it speaks to my autistic soul. Pizza Tower is $20.
Autistic people love Pizza Tower. If you're autistic, you're gonna like Pizza Tower. I don't know why, but for some reason, like this game was made for autistic people in Murat. Like this game was made for autistic people. That's just how it is. It was made for autism. Every ounce of it is like, holy fuck, I love it. People like the game, the people who only play to watch the news. That's me.
On Switch and PC,
Hey, Ashley.
and that amazing soundtrack is a mere $10, and
Come
the
on.
vinyl is actually
Come on.
purchasable for $40 if you want it. But Pizza
Come
Tower
on.
is so old; it doesn't even follow the rules.
The
I
art
originally
style
laid
is
out in
so
the video.
stimulating. It
it's
is
the one exception. Do forgive me for the indulgence. Let's pick something fresh, exciting, and above all,
I love Blueprints! Yes! Blueprints my goat! Unironically, okay, you want me to be real with you? Blueprints would be my personal pick for Game of the Year if Clair Obscur didn't come out. If Clair Obscur didn't come out, then if Clair Obscur didn't come out this year, then this would have been my Game of the Year. It's just so unfortunate that Clair Obscur and Blueprints came out in the same year.
Blueprints is a puzzle roguelike that's taken the world by
I
storm
love it.
and is the debut title for Dogubum. I'm sure they're all elated and or filled with anxiety over the game's massive success. Blueprints is very singular in its design. I don't really know of any other game like it. It's almost easier to describe BP in terms of board games than video ones. The closest comparison to Blueprints, in my opinion anyway, is Betrayal at the House on the Hill, a board game where you explore a spooky mansion with your mates, slowly revealing the layout as you move from room to room. However, unlike your average game of Clue, the board isn't set in
if you're
stone.
autistic, you'll
You
love
place down tiles as you travel, which slowly reveal the mansion for this game, ensuring no two games of Betrayal, no two mansions, are the same. Blueprints has that same mechanical concept, but in a single-player puzzle game. You walk up to a door and pick your choice of rooms, traversing the mansion and learning lore, solving puzzles, and hopefully
Also, you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't think it like when you see this game. But this game's OST is actually like very good too. Like it's a very it's subtle. The OST in Blueprints is very subtle. Like you do not. It's very subtle. Very, very subtle. But there's something about it where it I don't know why, but like nearly every single track in this game, for some reason, it brought me just tears when I played this on stream.
Writing down the myriad hints you'll find as you manage your resources, jewels, coins, keys, and your stamina. Exploring roguelike mansions is tiring work, I suppose. The reason you're exploring this mystery manor is because it is your birthright. The mansion's been left to you by what I assume was a particularly eccentric grandfather, but you can only claim your inheritance if you find your way to room 46. A task easier said than done, because it's all too easy to create a mansion layout that traps you. You don't want to create too many dead ends. And of course, the puzzles. This game is absolutely a knowledge-based game, complete with knowledge-based unlocks, or KBUs as I put it in my first video, but more in the
knowledge-based unlock. Also, by the way, if you guys have never played this game, you can't see it here. Tunic. Tunic is a fantastic game, by the way. Oh my god,
Tunic game, complete with knowledge-based unlocks, or KBU.
Tunic is a really good game, by the way. If you guys have never played Tunic, it's basically like an original Legend of Zelda, like the ones from the NES days, but with a very very beautiful graphic style, with where you play as a fox. The music is fantastic for the game, and it has the KBUs, the knowledge-based unlocks, where you unlock knowledge in the game. So for example, when you go into Tunic, you do not know, the game does not teach you the controls at all. You learn the controls for the game by discovering in-game how do I say this? You know, game manuals that game manuals where it's games back then would come with game manuals that you would read through, and it would give you the controls and the basic story. The game has an in-game game manual where you slowly collect pages and pieces of the game manual, and you read the game manual in the game, and that's how you find out how to get controls. Where it's there's a button where if you hold it down, you're able to basically fast travel in the game if you hold down a specific button in the game. But you don't know that until you find this specific page in the manual. But you have that ability always unlocked in the game. You have it unlocked from the minute you start your save file, but you don't know it exists until you get the manual to find out and tell you. It's so cool. I love it.
As I put it in my first video, but more in the Tunic vein than the Outer Wilds one. Without spoiling things, there are puzzles you won't recognize are puzzles until you gain more information.
This shit was crazy, dude. This shit is insane. I love this game!
Puzzles upon puzzles that, not unlike Animal Well, encourage truly deep levels of puzzle appreciation, if that's your kink. And thanks to the roguelike design, you can never be sure what variations of which puzzles you'll find on your next run, which can be pretty exciting when you finally produce the mansion layout necessary to make solid progress. However, this strength can also be a terrible weakness. A randomized mansion layout means a randomized set of clues, hints to puzzles you don't have access to, keys found with no locks to put them in. If the room you're looking for refuses to spawn, then that's it.
Game manuals are race. I love it. Panky gained an extra brain, so I love this game.
Go
This shit is so cool. I love Blueprints, dude. Blueprints is such a good game. Oh my god.
Stay and hope you find it this time. It's a natural consequence of the game's design, and one that, depending on the type of player you are, can be anywhere from a little annoying to outright disqualifying. That's why this game is so debated in critic spaces. Blueprints is a game you love or love to hate, with little in between.
I think if you hate Clair, I think if you hate Blueprints, I think you're simply not smart enough to play it. You are simply not smart enough to play a game like Blueprints if you don't like it. The only thing about this game that doesn't make sense about the game is the fact that your character you play is 14 years old. I think it's kind of funny.
But I don't know of any other game that goes about their puzzles in this way. And some may argue there's a good reason for that, but you can't deny that Dogubomb took a swing with this one, and it seems to be loved more than loathed, so good for them. I recommend you give this game a watch before buying it to see if it's your bag, and keep a close eye on your Steam timer so you're still within refund range, because this game is a really niche and interesting puzzler, and as a result, definitely won't be for everyone. But it may just be the Rubik's Cube you've been looking for, and it's reasonably cheap at $30 and is available on most platforms, though given what this game is, I'd be very surprised if it didn't come to the Switch eventually. Oh, and get a notebook for this one. You're gonna want to write things down.
Yeah, I still have my notebook like fully written down with all my notes when I played this game. Unironically, you need a notebook for this game.
Now, I hear some of you out there shouting, Super Dude, what is this? People aren't talking about Blueprints anymore. That was so last month. Tell us about the freshest new releases. Stuff hot off the presses. So hot that everyone's raving.
Sorry, lock in, I'm autistic.
Over it. A game so good it is, as of writing, the highest rated game on Metacritic ever made. The beautiful.
Wait, what? Wait, is that true? Wait, Metacritic. Highest rated games. Wait, is that true? That's not true. It's still fucking... Where did he get that from? What? Where the fuck did he get that from? What the hell? Metascore? Clair? Obscur. No, it's definitely not. Universal acclaim? Yeah. No, I mean, like, it's definitely not. I mean, like, because if you go here, definitely not. It's still The Legend of Zelda and so caliber.
Beautiful, the engrossing, the overall non-stop fun of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Sometimes you turn on a game and something about it
it's peak, I'm afraid.
Feels different.
This game, Severance absolutely fits in this category. Wait, what?
Ever watched
Severance mentioned?
Played or listened to some art that within seconds you could just tell it was good.
I love Severance, yes!
Really good. It's
Severance, by the way, it's Severance is like my favorite show of all time. I fucking love Severance. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. It's like up there with like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and then it's like Severance is up there. I don't know where I'd put it. I need to see like another. I need them to make another season of Severance for me to like, or I need Severance to finish for me to like officially say like it, like where I would put it. But at least so far in the 2 seasons that they've made, Severance is like unironically like so far one of my favorite shows that I've ever watched, dude. I fucking love Severance. I love Severance. The Shane's Gas.
It's a rare feeling, but Clair Obscur absolutely put me in that headspace. The opener is rock solid, dropping you into a fantastical steampunk setting that doesn't bother explaining a lick of what's going on to you. And why should it? All of these people have lived in this world for decades. They all know what's going on. They know the stakes. The game engages the player by giving you bits and pieces, words like gommage, paintress, and neverins, proper nouns to pique your interest, but not too many as to overwhelm you, just enough to get you asking rhetorical questions. Then, the reveal.
I've watched this gommage scene because this is like in like the prologue of the game. So it's like one of the first cutscenes you see, and so this is basically like the opening to like the whole game that you have, right? I have watched this gommage scene like 10 times at least. This shit it's so fucking good. Oh my god.
That does a beautiful job bringing to crystal focus the stakes of your mission. In a single second, it demonstrates just why the expeditions are so important and how much devastation and loss has been felt by these characters in this town. It's a brilliant stroke of writing. I'm not showing the moment because I don't want to spoil it for you, but I felt genuine horror when I realized what terrible curse this world has suffered and what Gustav, your main guy, is about to freshly experience before the game truly begins. And the gameplay? Dude, okay, how do I explain?
The OST is so good.
So I was listening to Remap Radio.
Like I said, it's fucked up because Blueprints was unironically one of the most creative games that I've played like in recent memory. Where it's like I have not played a game like Blueprints, but it's just so unfortunate it came out in the same year as Clair Obscur, where Clair Obscur has had one of, if not the best OSTs for any game, any video game I played of all time. It's had one of the best stories I've ever like witnessed of all time for any video game. And its gameplay is so solid and so fluid, and I fucking love it. Oh my god.
Dude, okay, how do I explain this? So I was listening to Remap Radio, a game news podcast that I love, and they were discussing the combat of Clair Obscur, describing it as sort of turn-based. During your turn, you select your moves in the turn-based
Clair Obscur, it's a turn-based game in like quotes, like the loosest of terms, where it's like each character has like a turn and each enemy has like a turn where they do an action, but it's like it plays like an action game where it's like Sekiro. It's turn-based in all technicalities, but it's an action game like Sekiro.
But the enemy attacks you in real time. During their attacks, you can negate damage by dodging the move, or, if you're bold and with the proper timing, parry the move to return the damage.
I love it.
They describe this in terms of Sekiro, and I've seen other reviews do the same. And guys, we gotta pull back from the FromSoft talk. Calling something the Dark Souls of X is an easy shorthand to describe difficulty, and everybody does it.
Well, the developer literally said, I get what he's saying here, but the developer literally said, like, in an interview, that he played Sekiro and he immediately knew that he wanted to play a game with a parry system like Sekiro. So like I understand where he's getting at, but like the developer literally said he directly based the parry like system when he played Sekiro. So describing Clair Obscur as like Sekiro like style like parrying and like action system isn't far off, because that's the direct inspiration that the developer got for this game.
Gets the clicks, and I'm not free of sin either. Didn't I describe Nine Souls as Sekiro Hollow Knight in this very video? The developers of the game, Sandfall Interactive, have also cited From Software as an inspiration for the game, so maybe the comparison is even warranted, but that's not what I heard. When I heard Patrick Klepek and Janet Garcia describe the parry mechanics and timed button presses for attack and defense, I wasn't brought back to Sekiro, but to my childhood. This game, guys,
I love parry games in general.
It's Paper Mario.
I love parry games. Parry games is wonderful.
Super Mario RPG and both of its spiritual successors.
I never played Super Mario, by the way. I never played Paper Mario or Super Mario RPG. I've never played these games ever.
Series, Paper Mario, and Mario & Luigi feature this style of combat. Attacking and defending involved time button presses to improve the effectiveness of your attack and defense, which leads to a more involved form of turn-based combat.
Y'all remember the porn parody of Paper Mario called Gaper Mario? I think it was made by like Shadman or something, where he made like it was like a porn parody of like Paper Mario where you had sex with all of the companions in the game. I think it was called Paper Mario. I think it was made by Shadman. I think. Paper Mario. Shadman and Spaz Kid. It was a collaboration between Shadman and Spaz Kid. Which Spaz Kid, I love Spaz Kid in their work. Shadman's a little, you know, Shadman's a little, you know. Spaz Kid's good though.
Combat compared to your typical JRPG. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door was the first RPG I ever played, and it's always meant a lot to me and remains one of my favorite games of all time. So while they're yammering on and on about the mechanics, parry this, Sekiro that, I realized what they were really saying, and I bought the game immediately. And guys, that's exactly what this game is. Imagine a French JRPG with loads of Persona energy in the UI and enemy design, but again, undeniably French. Make no mistake, this game's French as fuck. But this combat, it's like I finally returned home. It has the base combat of the other Mario RPGs. Press the buttons for increased damage, or dodge, or if you really think you got the timing down, parry it. The base structure.
If you dodge in this game, you're a bitch. I learned how to parry like 99% of attacks in this game. If you dodge, you're a bitch. It's parries only in this fucking house. I managed to be able to learn to parry every single one of Simon's attacks. Simon, the hardest boss in the game, with some of the hardest and toughest parrying windows, I managed to be able to like fully parry every single attack at least a few times.
Structure is all here, but with added complexity to make it greater than just a repeat of the classics. Each character has their own set of unique mechanics you're juggling. A charge system for Gustave, an elemental stain system where attacks use up some elements for bonus effects, adding and removing stains constantly to augment your magics, a stance fighter that changes their offensive and defensive attributes literally every turn with the ability to deal insane amounts of single target damage if you set her up right. There's so much complexity in just the singular character designs, but nobody fights alone. So you'll have to juggle all of these discrete systems at the same time as you go from engagement to engagement. It feels so good to control.
What's your favorite game of all time? That's a hard thing to ask. That's a really hard thing to ask. I don't know. Like, it sounds basic for me to say, but I think like Stardew Valley is like one of my favorite games. I don't know if it is my favorite, but it's like Stardew Valley is like definitely
that I often end combat hooting and hollering at the pure fun I'm having. That's not a joke. There was a boss fight that I did like 3 days ago, and I just was like, yeah! Like, it's really fun. In the middle of 2024, when I played the Thousand Year Door remake on the Switch, a small part of me wished I hadn't done that. Because
the Goomba girl here, by the way, is hot as fuck. There's so much good porn of her, by the way. There is so much good porn of her. Holy fuck.
Never not love this game. But experiencing it as an adult made its flaws a bit more obvious to me, to say nothing of how easy it is. I was purely taking a trip down memory lane, remembering the story fondly, but wanting more from the system mechanics. I wasn't a kid anymore, so Paper Mario couldn't hit me in the heart like it did when I was 7. You can't ever truly return home. However, at 27 years old, a game would come out that took all of those core features from that beloved childhood classic of mine, and many others, and gave it further complexity, further depth, creating a masterwork in tactical JRPG turn-based combat with a Mario twist. What I needed wasn't a reconstituted high-definition version of an old favorite. I needed something new, familiar but new, and I would go so far as to say leagues better than that old favorite. I often thought about why, after I played the Thousand Year Door remake, I didn't have much to say on the subject, and now I know why. This is my Ratatouille moment. Playing Clair Obscur has reminded me of why I love those old games, more so than going back and experiencing them firsthand. Yes, this reminds me of those beloved classics, but that's not to say that Clair Obscur is just a throwback. It's exciting, emotional, pure fun, and
Clair Obscur is its own thing, obviously, but it's just so much like, it's just so good, man. If Clair Obscur doesn't win Game of the Year, and some fucking like if Death Stranding 2 wins Game of the Year and not Clair Obscur, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off. I'm gonna be pissed, dude.
At times funny, and above all, nothing short of a dynamite RPG. And you know what else? It's like 30 or 40 hours long. You know how many great RPGs I've stopped playing because they're 80 to 150 hours? 30 hours for a JRPG is a veritable stroll in the park compared to Persona, and I personally consider that a plus as well. And truly, I could keep going. We could talk about the design of the world, which is gorgeous and based on the, sorry if I mess up this pronunciation, Belle Epoque period of French history. The music, the story, the fact that the cutscenes use letterboxing and aspect ratio as a storytelling device. I was genuinely wowed when this happened. It's brimming with creativity, and it has very few flaws, though it does have them. The platforming's a little weird, guys. I don't know why you put platforming in this. All of this praise in a $50 package.
It is what it is.
On everything that isn't a Switch. What's not to love? So there's my collection of recommendations, but this is by no means comprehensive, nor even a particularly good list. A lot of these games are...
I swear to God, like I said, if Clair Obscur doesn't win Game of the Year, I'm gonna shit my fucking pants. I'm gonna be pissed, dude.
Well known, well talked about, or are currently having a moment where most people in the critic space are talking about them. So why do I bother bringing them up? Why does this video exist? Because each of these games, brimming with innovation and style, are AA and indie games that aren't even close to the new $80 price maximum. Think about that. The biggest games of this moment, some of the best and well-known games of the previous year, aren't even $60. Experiencing the best has never meant spending all of your money on the big names in the industry, especially since a lot of the largest publishers release games that rhyme with each other, or use their name and prestige to charge their customers more because what else are you gonna do? We're Nintendo. Of course we're gonna charge you $70 for that new Zelda game. We know you want that sweet, sweet Zelda. You're gonna buy it, aren't you, idiot? Well, for every Zelda, there's an Okami, Plucky Squire, or...
Look, don't get mad at me. I have the new Zelda games. They're fucking, like, up in my shelf right now. I have them. They're all...
or Sable, different types of Zelda alikes for different eras of Zelda. You will find games that mirror your favorites, but try new things and go in different directions, as Sandfall has with Clair Obscur. But there is another reason for this relatively pop-oriented list.
Are you gonna come up here and say hi
to chat? These titles, the breakout hits that most people recognize, these are the indie hits most likely to end up on consoles, where the most damage will be felt from this price hike. I'm a converted console player, so we gotta understand that PC people come from a place of privilege.
Nintendo also charges you $70 for the oldest games, or straight up don't sell them anymore. Oh, you don't forget, and if you try to emulate their old games that they don't sell anymore, and there's no possible way for you to buy it legally, in a way that they would get any money from it, right? Then they sue you and kill you.
PC is the home of indie, and there will always be more titles to check out, but console players? They're stuck with what they got. And for that, I hope this helps demonstrate that, yes, even for you console folks, there are cheaper games that are well-known and well-loved that won't break your bank. I know this will hurt a lot more for you folks than me, so I'm sorry about that. I hope this video proves helpful. And another thing that's important to remember, for every indie game everyone's talking about, there are 5 equally deserving indie titles that nobody will see. Games that simply don't catch their wave and don't get the audience they deserve, because luck is, unfortunately, a huge part of success. So if you want to avoid AAA's greediness, it's a good idea to look into the weird games out there. Try and surface some smaller titles to more people, so great games get at least some of the recognition.
Basically, after 60 hours, I've been waiting for this game for 10 years. It has so much content. It's being regularly updated, incredibly fun. To me, if it's not $4, like it's definitely worth the price to me. The fuck is Fantasy Life? Is this some fuck ass Tumblr ass game? Fantasy Life. The girl, is it this one? The girl who steals time? What the hell is this shit? What is this shit? What is this, huh? What is this shit, huh? Some Tumblr shit? Inky? Are you telling me to play some Tumblr shit in my chat? Yeah, I gotta kill you.
They truly deserve. In this vein, I will recommend Arco, a Mesoamerican RPG that's pretty good, but I suck.
The developer Balatro Local Thunk directly mentioned this game on Twitter and said that this was like a really good game. He liked playing a lot.
And Going Under, action roguelike from a while back that I always loved, but unfortunately didn't sell well. Though the studio survived that loss long enough to make another Crab's Treasure, so that lack of success didn't tank the studio, thankfully. I wonder if that would have been true if they made the game recently. And lastly, 1,000 Times Resist, a game you will hear me talk more about very soon. This problem is an issue of discoverability. More and more games come out every day, and finding great works used to be the role of video game journalism, but that's not a great field to work in right now either, so discoverability has fallen to smaller, crowd-funded publications. And yes, YouTubers. That's basically what I'm trying to do here. Give voice to games that I love and try to show to y'all what there is to love about them.
Backpack Heroes?
But discoverability remains a huge issue for everyone, and there are various outlets attempting to solve that, but that's a topic that could be a whole video on its own, and it will be. I would like to look up a bunch of different places and people and videos and YouTubers who are all trying to solve this discoverability problem and give it to you in one whole package. So look forward to that later. But for now, I hope that this pretty pop list of indie and AA titles has been useful in assuaging some of the anxieties around the industry. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot to have anxiety about right now, and the direction of the industry, whether it starts excluding certain customers or becomes an even more hostile place for developers, is certainly among those worries. But I'm certain that we've reached a point where video games, as a medium, can't go away. As I've said previously, AAA studios and hardware manufacturers may drive up their prices, returning games to the luxury product.
The guy in chat is like, I got banned from the streamer. I want to see about how long it takes to be banned. Okay, you can just ask to be banned. You can just ask to be banned. It's not that big of a deal.
Product it was in the 90s and abandoning player bases, but that's not the entire industry. There are plenty of games that are reasonably priced that are still within reach, and also some of the best games around. Price does not equate to quality. Some of the best games are also a steal, so you should get them while the getting's good. And you may not have a machine that can run all of these games. Clair Obscur is really demanding on a GPU.
Dude, I love Clair Obscur, best game of the year, one of the best games I've played of all time, but holy fuck, I'm so tired of games running on Unreal Engine and being optimized like shit.
But if we go back a bit, games like Pizza Tower or Balatro can run on nearly everything. Balatro's literally on the phone. Don't let the AAA
Inky, you're my favorite mentally ill Tumblr user.
space define what games are for you. If you look just a little deeper, you'll often find something people are super excited about. And if you go deeper still, you may find a game that needs your help to be seen. Indie games often survive by word of mouth, so if you find something you love, you should shout it out. Go deeper, find what you love, and tell others you love it. It'll mean more to those developers that you said something than it would on Nintendo's balance sheet. And that's the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like or a comment or a subscribe.
Look at that cat. Oh my god. Look at all the pussy. Oh my god.
Kick a little my way in the form of
so much pussy on
and if
screen.
you liked it
Oh my god.
you can even be a patron.
I love
if you so choose.
pussy.
Patrons give me a little bit
Oh,
of
I love pussy. Oh my god.
money every month so that I can kick
I
it back
can't
into
get
the
enough of
process. I am
pussy.
just a single month away
Oh.
from saving for that Shoda mic, so I will be buying
He's
it
got
next
socks.
month. And then after that, I'm not really sure what I'm saving up for. Honestly, I haven't thought about it because I've been saving for the
my
Shoda for so long.
pussy.
Anyway, I got another video that I already have like
love
ready
it.
to go. It just needs to be edited, so I hope to see you guys soon. To see you then. I am Super Dude. Thank you, love you, bye.
This was a wonderful video, by the way. I thought it was great. Go watch this video. It's a very good video. Best games are really 8 hours. Wonderful video. Thank you, Super Dude. Wonderful video. I think I've watched this guy's videos before on stream. But yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a good video. I think he's right. It's like, and it's like, here's the thing, is that there's a lot of fuck ass games right now that are coming out that are dog shit. Like, okay, like what are like the biggest releases right now that have come out that are like complete dog shit, like complete flops, like Concord, Mind's Eye, any NBA game. It's all dog shit, but it's like there's just so many good games that are just like $10, $15 or whatever, and it's like wonderful, amazing. I love it. It's so good. Most games that run Unreal Engine 5 are unoptimized and unpolished. Look, I love Clair Obscur. I really do. Okay, I love it. I think Clair Obscur is a wonderful game. Okay, but damn, they need to make their own engine next time they make a game, because holy fuck. Also, like another game that like he didn't mention like, because I don't think it came out at the time of him making the video. Fucking The Altars. Like, I'm still playing through this on stream right now. The Altars is a wonderful game. I'm working through it right now to try to finish it, but this is a really good game. If you like Frostpunk, or if you liked Frostpunk, like, or ever played it, this is made by the same people who made Frostpunk. It plays kind of like Frostpunk, but it's like, it's in space, basically. It's really good. I love it. Concord, what's that? Never heard of it. I have. Yeah, don't worry, Net. Everybody has heard of it. I know, Net. I know. Everybody has heard of it. We all know what it is. Also, really good game, by the way. Like, it's a Gunnar game, okay? It's a Gunnar game. But it's actually like a good, well-made Gunnar game. Atlas. This game, it's like what? It's a $10 game. It's still in early access right now, but it's unironically like a super, like, kind of fun, like, MMO style game. I think if you guys have like $10 to burn, I think you should try Atlas. It's actually like such a good game. I love it. They updated it recently, added in like some new stuff with it, but it plays kind of like World of Warcraft. And but, like, you know, instead of playing instead of playing fucking, oh, I need to lock in. My brain isn't here. Instead of playing like fucking humans and elves or whatever, you play as like really short, caked up races of like bunnies and kobolds and birds and shit like that, and you have a bunch of caked up fucking furries you play as. But yeah, anyway.